Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to a new video. Today is Monday, we are fresh back from the weekend, back on the trading tables. Hope you guys all had a great weekend. I did, I went out and did a few tours. It was a lot of fun, and before I know it, the weekend was over again. It's Monday morning, business as usual. Of course we are going to look at the charts today because we have a little bit of a mixed signals right now, so it's a little bit hard to pull the trigger. We are going to look exactly at what I mean. Before we dive in, please do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, click on the bell, click on all so you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment, share this video with your friends if you think that's useful. Also in the description you find a handful of links. Feel free to check it out. Now, without further ado, let's dive into the charts. And of course we are going to start off with BTC USD pair. We are here on the weekly. And this of course is something that you all have seen. We had this blood diamond here. Last week we went all the way up and all the way down, and we bounced off actually here from the ribbons, and on the DBSI it looks pretty bearish. We have a 22, a 23 and 24 on the bear side, and a 0, -5, -5, -5 on the bull side, which is the weakest candles you can have. Alright, with that being said, we are going to take the ribbon out. We are going to zoom in on the daily. And then we are going to look a little bit deeper into the chart. Well, we also talked about this already Friday, and also in my quick video on Saturday where I told you that I'm not trading at all. We have a little bit of a tiny CME gap, not a lot, but we are trading underneath our diagonal support, what we have been testing multiple times throughout the last few weeks, and I told you that if we are going to get through right now, that or if we are going to retest it again, I do not expect us to hold, and we're gonna get through. And ta-da-da-da, look, we are exactly there. We broke through exactly like that. Not with a lot of force. I actually expected it to go harder, to go much harder, but hey, we are going down as a little bit as predicted. We went lower, and now we are retesting kind of the start of the day. On the daily, it is a little bit hard to really make a decision. We have the RSIs as a little bit white but going sideways, so yeah, we talked about it last week. If the RSI are split, then that's a sign of weakness, but now they are going straight, so we have no idea if the weakness is up or down. Money flow also just straight, view up straight, and the momentum wave is down. Of course the broader picture is still that we are going lower, so that of course is bearish, and on the weekly you already saw it. Let's do the 8 hour, and after that we're going to look into the 4 hourly candle. So here it's a little bit more clear that we went out. Let me pull one more time a FIB retracement, because that is quite interesting to see. Let me see if we do this here. So last week we bounced out of the golden pocket right here, as you can see. So that was hanging somewhere between 38,300 and 38,800, so that's a $500 pocket. Now we went back in again, and we kind of bounced off, although here the candles went underneath, and the bounce so far is with an average volume, I would say, but on the market Cipher B indicators it just looks pretty ugly. The money flow is thick in the red, so no reversal sign yet. Yes, we have a green dot, and yes, the VWAP and the RSI are pointing up. But in the overall picture I do not expect a hard bounce up, especially also because we are now broke this resistance, and we are going down. The whole move that we made up is just completely being retraced. Matter of fact, we actually made a new low, so of course that is bearish. Let's quickly head over to the 4 hour. There we also see a little bit of mixed signals. We have this money flow in the red, not really becoming weaker, but at the same time also not really going back up. The RSIs are pinching down, pinching together, and are going higher, so that is quite bullish. We have the green dot here, no bullish divergence here on the price. That is a bit of a bummer, of course. We have a little bit more volume coming in. This actually coincided with the opening in New York, so that could be also one of the lead indicators why there was a little bit more volume coming in. And we just saw here on the weekend it's just sideways action, and then late Sunday we were going lower. So yeah, not terrific, a little bit weak and a little bit indecisive. Like I said, because we just have some mixed indicators saying we go a little bit up on the RSI and VWAP, and we go maybe further down on the money flow. And like I said, we have a green dot, but hey, that's again, we also had a green dot here, and then you just see sideways price action right there, and then suddenly we have a red dot again, and then the price action is going lower. So we want our indicators to coincide as much as we can. On the DB side though, it actually looks pretty good, because here we have a 3, a 17 and a 22 on the bulls, and the bears are here printing low numbers. This I think is even a -5, so that looks good. On the hourly, this looks a little bit weird. We have a few patterns that we're looking at right now. Let me draw for you what I mean. Let me see how it is, like this, and we're kind of in this trumpet kind of pattern that is not so pretty actually. I think a little bit like this maybe. So yeah, usually this is kind of a bit of a bearish sign. Yeah, at this top line, don't know how important it is right now, because we have this resistance line right now above us that was support before. Not a strong bounce out of the golden pocket. It's a little bit weird actually. Matter of fact, if I zoom in on let's say today's price action, there you also see that we are forming a new pattern for BTC, which could be very well the trading range for today. So I'm now zooming in here on the 15 minute, and you see that we actually respected this support line very well. And then we have a channel here. This, yeah, it is a bit just of a rising channel. I cannot really make a rising wedge out of this. Maybe a bit like this. Actually, you could say it's a little bit of a rising wedge. Let's see how this next few 15-minute candles close, that we maybe have a little bit more touch points. Of course, if it is like a rising wedge, then it is a bearish sign. Usually they break out to the downside, and then the target is approximately the bottom of the wedge. That will be again this 38,400. Thank God we had so many gurus in the weekend last week that said the bottom is in, we go to 100k. Well, guess where we are today. I will not keep on repeating myself, but you know what I mean. On the money flow, by the way, is curving back up, so that actually looks pretty good. We are now slowly getting into the green. Maybe a little bit overbought on the 15 minute. I wonder how much steam this has to go even further, also because we're on the top of the range. Don't know yet, but we have to see. So this could be a bit of the trading range. If we need to redraw this later on a little bit and it's more like a rising wedge, well, then of course it is a bit neutral. There's not really like a strong buy or sell once we break out to the top, to the bottom. I have seen this thing really go either way multiple times. So we break higher, although you think this cannot go any higher, and we break lower at the moments you don't expect. So if you treat this as a rising channel, then just play it here on the buys and the sells, but don't be surprised, it can really go either way. Like I said, yeah, we have on multiple time frames different indicators, and it is just a little bit messy. I said in Saturday's video, I am not in a short nor in a long, although we broke this support, which now turns into resistance. So it would make sense actually to now put in a short. That's also what I said, but we missed a little bit of firepower. If this thing will break, that actually would be nice, because then we could be saying, hey, we're making a trigger wave here, and then we're going lower. Then this was just a tiny pump, maybe to close the CME gap for a little bit, and then we're going lower to respect those higher time frames. So actually that would be nice to see. All right, quickly head over to ETH. There we kind of have the same bit of story from the top to the bottom. So this range right here that we're trading, That is the fib retracement. There we see that we broke also the golden pocket, now going a little bit back up. And there also RSIs pinching together, going higher, VWAP going higher, momentum wave turning, but the money flow is just lagging. So this needs to come up for us to maybe put in a long. On the DB side looks good, a 5, a 17, a 22, and on the bear side we have a -5 printing right now and a -1 underneath. On the hourly, same kind of story actually. Now we have a little bit of pump, so let's see how this goes. You want to see this make a fat wave on the top. That will be bullish, but if this suddenly turns and we're really making this tight trigger wave, then also the money flow will roll over, and then also the RSIs will follow quite fast. Right now, of course, we still have a high correlation with the stock markets that has been already for weeks. So if they are going down, we're going down. Well, the S&P 500 earlier today was like a fat -1.5%, I think. So we are rebounding now a little bit. That is probably also the reason why the crypto is popping as well. Nasdaq was in a minus earlier today, but is right now flat. In Europe, we see sells all across the board. Doesn't matter which stock market you're looking at. Oil is selling off as well, quite a lot, and also gold. And you would say actually usually gold is a good hedge against inflation, or when the markets are going down, people are fleeing to like the quote-unquote safe havens. But actually everything is just selling off today, and it doesn't matter which market you're looking at. Asia, United States, euro, the bond market, oil, gold, everything is just selling off. And I usually use these days to buy up stocks or ETFs, whatever, across the board. And I also did this on Friday. I told you on days like these, I'm a buyer across the board. So yeah, don't let it scare you. The stocks or the ETFs that I'm buying, they're always very, very long term. So I don't really matter. But if you then have red days, as in today or Friday, then you're just getting your favorite stocks or ETFs with a little bit of a discount. So with that being said, guys, it still stays a little bit tricky. To be honest, I find it hard to really say, hey, we're going higher, this is the target, hey, we're going lower, this is the target. Yes, we broke important support, but we don't see that big sell-off or falling through right now. With me also actually a handful of other traders. I after my analysis always like to check what other traders are doing, guys who are putting in major trades usually from $1 million and higher, and also they still have the same tone as last week and the week before, that they're staying very careful, and they also have not made up their mind yet. They say, hey, you know what, this could go either way for the traditional markets and for crypto as well. So my message to you is also, please be careful. Always take your profits, don't go for the major swings, stick to the charts, always use a stop loss, and take those little fish, because this is not the time to double your portfolio. With that being said, thank you guys so much again. Of course, we'll highly appreciate it if you would like, subscribe, click on bell, click, and also don't miss anything. Leave me a comment, share this video with your friends if you think this is useful. Feel free to check out the links in the descriptions, and see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.